We have been asked to design a temple near Ganga, and we felt, and when we seen the site, we understood the idea of Ganga and that sacredness, and we felt this land has something to offer. As a locations, this is it's beautiful because it's just beside that Ganga. For any kind of rituals, for us, the river water is very important for us, almost a spiritual starting point. Hello, I'm Obin Chaudhary, founder and principal of Obin Design Studio. Please join me of an architectural tour of Ganga Leheri Temple at Raichak. To watch premium videos and access PDF ebooks, log on to buildofy.com. Link is in the description below. I've been born and brought up in Bajberia, and it is beside the Ganga. And we have seen that it is a process where the smaller projects interventions can really kind of a larger impact on the public life. Is with three part of it. One, how you negotiate the space and the scale, the architectural interventions for that community, and how the community taking care, and post completions, how they'll be utilizing.
काफ़ी बच्चे लोग भी आते हैं मतलब, लेकिन काफ़ी बड़े बड़े लोग मतलब आते हैं तो बैठते हैं, कम से कम 200 आदमी भीड़ बैठती है यहाँ पे.
So that's the beauty of architecture, because when the stage and the audience is unscripted, that event is not even thought about it, and that event occurs and the public has a kind of encountered some kind of spatial quality which architecture must allows. In this particular project, Mr. Harsh Neutia has completely funded in terms of his offering. How these projects become an kind of an extension of a much more larger public space for the local community. This is a dry chalk, and this is almost in southern part of Bengal. In this particular area, this kind of locations giving these offerings is an immense thing.
मंदिर तो हमारा सर जब से ये उद्घाटन हुआ है तब से यहाँ पर भक्तों की और थोड़ा यहाँ पर बहुत ही शांति माहौल, मतलब चहल पहल हमेशा रहता है. सुबह से यहाँ पर एकदम चहल पहल रहेगा.
But I feel that it's not only a spiritual power. The shades, the shadows also give a very calmness. The sounds, the experience. So this is an extension of a living room of the local community. Not need to be, they have to be pray for it, come to here. I always feel that what architecture can offer, eventually beyond just making a building. And on that basis, we start gathering the informations from the local people, and then we start designing the whole process. But there is a challenge. Challenge is being and working beside the dynamic river, and the land becomes so low. We felt that how you negotiate podium and the facilities that we are trying to make, and how you give them an access. So the beautiful idea which came from Mr. Harsh Nutia is that we can give to access to both. It means that the public can access the sacred place like a temple, and then they can also access to the lower level of a garden. Orientations of that particular temple has actually created in this axis because of the east directions, because the idol has to be back, has to be east. Now the beauty of the temple is this is connected to an canal, which generally people actually take a lot of boats standing over there, and they come out, and there'll be low tide and high tide. On the higher tide, almost like this whole area is full of salt water. Do not want to fill up the land, but respect the land dynamics and the mechanics of that particular space. Let the water come in and flow back in the low tide. So we created this temple elevated completely, minimum 700 above the last 100 years floodplain. So while we'll be actually entering with a bell, the ramp negotiation on the road level to the facility block has to be done through any kind of wheelchair person can come. So there is a kind of facility block. And second, when the facility block you come, then we create a concrete portal. And we created this bridge to connect this temple and the facility block, surrounded by the landscape, which is sometimes as a low land, and with the high tide is always immersed with the salt water. And the Garbhagriha has been created in such a way that it is also kind of take a referral point of Bengal's own terracotta temple, how with only a load bearing and brick structure, this particular Garbhagriha can be made. So basically there is a 4 columns on that side, 4 column that side. And these columns holding these concrete plates, and in between there is a Garbhagriha. Garbhagriha has been built in a very particular manner, and then again in corbelling through that in top with a very thick wall. So there is no concrete, no steels. Ganges has a lot of brick field, and this brick field also made with an kind of almost a load bearing structure. So it not only resonates the series of the brick kiln that we have found out near the temple, this is also a kind of respecting the authenticity of the temple has been made for 200, 300, 400 years with the only brick. Now apart from this temple, eventually we also kind of creating a kind of a staircase to the access to a podium. That podium offers for the larger community hall. We try to build this temple without touching the basic fundamental landscape over here. And also we create a kind of an haven space. So probably as a designer we think something, but community used is different way.
पर डे मान लो 200, 250, 500, संडे को दिन लमसम 1000 तक चले जाते हैं, बहुत दूर दूर से आते हैं।
अभी गांव को बहुत खुशियाँ है, प्रसाद लेने आते हैं, हम चंदन लगाते प्रसाद देते हैं।
And we not only think about this particular space, we also try to understand what is the age is actually activating. The temple surrounded area will be a lot of gatherings. Recently one event, people are talking about 13,000-14,000 people gathered, which never happened ever. So this trees that we have surrounded and creating kind of brick wall and also the sitting area is to kind of holding the space. You know, villagers can walk to the edge of the Ganga.
शिवरात्रि में यहाँ पर समय नहीं मिलता है, मतलब भक्तों की इतनी भीड़ होती है यहाँ पर, भीड़ के चलते यहाँ पर बंद नहीं हो पाता है।
And when the event become a kind of an catalyst for more inspiring, more like this kind of space, that will be a more successful, because if this kind of projects can resonate in other areas, that will be really success of the drive that we try to make.